Paula Radcliffe, and guess where I am? It is a huge honour for me to be back here in Dubai for this 23rd edition of the Dubai Marathon, kicking off the 2024 marathon season in style. We have some phenomenal fields lined up, back for the first time since 2020 on that iconic, fast, flat Jumeirah Beach Road, which has produced so many exceptional times and finishes over the years. On the women's side, I for sure believe that we could see the course record tumble. We have returning defending champion Dejene up against second place from last year, Ruti Aga, renewing that rivalry with others thrown into the mix. And on the men's side, an extremely deep field, a lot riding on this race. There are Olympic places up for grabs. People want to come out and race very quickly and to be able to set their stall out early in this Olympic year, and I think that we can see another course record tumble for sure on the men's side, maybe even faster than that.
We are, of course, in the United Arab Emirates, Dubai, perhaps the most famous of the Emirates in many respects for a sporting profile. In any case, Paula Radcliffe and myself, Tim Hutchings, will be with you for these next several hours covering the elite races here in the capital of Dubai, Dubai City itself. And Paula beside me, looking forward to fabulous fast racing at the front end of these elite races, which get underway in about 14 minutes time on the hour at 6 a.m. local time, Paula.
Exactly, and really looking forward to this 23rd edition of the Dubai Marathon with some stunning fields assembled and ready to kick off this 2024 marathon season, building towards that all-important Olympic marathon in Paris.
Well, it's just before 10 to 6 in the morning here in Dubai. It's still dark, the sun is not up yet, but it's a beautiful morning. It's pretty still. The temperature is around 18 degrees centigrade. Paula telling me here that the humidity, though, is quite high at about 80%, and that is perhaps the biggest concern for the athletes, not the temperature, which we believe will stay around 18, 19 degrees for the next couple of hours, Paula.
Absolutely. The humidity is currently at 80%. That's going to be the highest. It will start to drop off as the sun starts to rise, and the dew point is around 14 degrees, which is that all-important factor. It makes it harder the closer the actual temperature is to the dew point.
Well, let's have a look at the schedule. There it is. The wheelchair athletes get underway in about 6 or 7 minutes' time. The marathon elite race is underway at 6 o'clock on the hour in about 11 or 12 minutes' time. Men and women running together.
Dubai Marathon is one of the part sport history in Dubai. From beginning until now, we are looking for, all of us, we are looking for to have one of the good marathon in the world.
I'm from the United States, Detroit, Michigan to be exact, and I come to Dubai just to run this marathon.
Hi, I'm Aura from Finland. I live here in Dubai and I'm so excited to run the Dubai Marathon.
This first time and enjoy the Dubai Marathon. I'm so excited.
Dubai Marathon!
It's truly fantastic that we're back in Sakim for the start and finish of this edition of the Dubai Marathon. We're back to the familiar course that we've had in previous years. After last year, which was fast and we saw great racing, but here we know we're going to be out along those familiar fast, flat sections, out and back sections too, like the Jumeirah Beach Road, for example. And the surface here is really good, really steady surface. The athletes like this to get a nice rhythm going and to be able to maintain that quick tempo that might take them down towards course records. Absolutely dead flat, very, very high caliber surface. Apparently Haile Gebrselassie, when he raced here a few times and won 2 or 3 times, said he'd never run on such a good quality road surface. Well, the wheelchair race, that's due off in about 2 or 3 minutes time at 5:55.
There we see a start list, and Gert Schippers, he's a former actual para-triathlete, suffered a spinal cord injury in a flying accident in 2004, and since then worked his way up to silver in the 2016 Paralympic Games, and then also notable Badir Al-Husani from the United Arab Emirates there. The rest of the male racers coming from China, and indeed our only female wheelchair racer, Tian Yahuan from China. She's 25 years old.
It is a day when we are expecting very, very fast racing. Conditions are good. This is the return to this course for the first time in 4 years. Last year, the course was down at Expo City, We're familiar with very, very fast times on this course from all categories. Well, the wheelchair races get underway, just 6 athletes in that event. It is an ideal circuit for the wheelchair races.
This is Jumeirah Beach that you can see behind me. It's a rather windy Jumeirah Beach today, and we're certainly hoping it's not going to be like that on Sunday for the Dubai Marathon 2024. But we're back on the Jumeirah Beach course after 4 years, and that is the fast, flat, tried and tested course which has produced course records of just over 2 hours and 3 minutes in the men and 2 hours 17:08 in the women. Olympic year is always special. Now this year in particular, Paris 2024 in the French capital in midsummer is going to be extra special because it's 40 years since the women's marathon was added to the Olympic program back in Los Angeles 1984. Now in those days the women's world record was just over 2 hours and 24 minutes. Today it is an unbelievable 2 hours 11 minutes and 53 seconds set by Tigist Ketema of Ethiopia in the Chicago Marathon about 3 months ago. Now one of the reasons she ran so fast is because of this, or rather something like this. Now this is the down-market version of the super shoe. I can't quite afford the real one. Now the top of the line has got a carbon fibre in this midsole. But this one has got a plasticated one, but it still gives extra propulsion, which is why we're hoping for a new course record in the 2024 Dubai Marathon.
The elite athletes, as there you can see behind the line, getting already stripped down and ready for kickoff, so to speak. It's a couple of minutes to 6. There's a glimpse of the best of the men's race. It is a top field. There are 11 men who have run under 2:08. We are looking today for everything. We're going to be greedy. We're looking for great racing, and we're looking for very fast times. That's the full pack for any race director.
I think so. I mean, it did produce the first 7 men under 2:05 in 2018, and we've seen since then the effect of the shoes on the times in the races as we look up the lineup for the women's race.
Yeah, Ruti Aga the fastest in the race, but funnily enough, Dejene is the defending champion. She came here last year and won in 2:21.11, won by 13 seconds. It is going to be very, very fast indeed, this race, as the athletes are under starters' orders now. So great that the Dubai Marathon of 2024 kicks off the road racing season in this Olympic year.
On your mark.
Well, we're just waiting for the absolute all clear up. Away they go then. We are underway and racing in Dubai.
Elite athletes, all the very best.
There are pacemakers, of course. Glorious view of the city of Dubai with the sun due up very, very shortly. But that is the night scene. It's not dissimilar to the one we get from the Athletes Hotel, a quite fantastic hotel. As we see the leader in the wheelchair race.
And that is Gert Schippers, who is leading and seems to have built up very substantial lead.
Go back to the elite women now, and just to clarify, I was talking to you about the pacemakers of the men's race, but Paula, 2:17 the pacemakers are going out for this this elite women's race. That is the target.
Yeah, and I think the target undoubtedly there, the course record held by Ruth Chepngetich at 2:17.08.
We have set off a little bit outside what we were hoping. I mean, 2:58 is 2:05 pace, 2:58 per kilometre, and they're averaging something around 3 minutes 3:02. So there's that women's elite pack, and it is a high calibre field. Defending champion Dejene in there. Well, the men are at 11:57 at 4K. Add 3 minutes to that, just under 3 minutes, and you're at well, about 15 minutes. So they are going a little bit slower than men than we would have liked. There it is, 2:54, that 4th kilometre for this men's pack.
Here we go with the
There's
first
that
chip point.
5K mat. They go through in about 14:53 is officially the time there that's come up in the men's race. Here they come towards the turnaround point, the elite men's field. Yes, Kiptu there. The last kilometre, 3 minutes, so still not quite dialed into that sub 2:05 territory.
And there is a beautiful shot of the sky starting to lighten behind the athletes, so not too long now before the sun starts to to peek through. It won't really make itself felt though until much later in the race, which is a good thing for these athletes. 32.18 through that 10 kilometers, so perfect timing.
And here is that big men's pack with Kiptu and Kipyego at the front, doing a fine job pulling them along, and they've accelerated not in a sort of panicky way, but just nice and steadily through that second 5k.
The Burj Al Arab in the distance in front of them that they will aim for, and then go out past that, and then they'll have that to aim for on each of the other laps as they come back around.
Glorious shot of the skyline of downtown Dubai there. Goodness me. The women's race to the right of picture, the men to the left of picture, both moving along very nicely. And the women already well inside course record schedule. The men dialing down towards course record schedule. Men's course record 2:03.34. And there is 15k.
Yeah, 44.05. So very healthy running now. And I think the significant point being that they are getting quicker with each of these 5k segments. And there's just Jamal falling off the back of that front group, which will then make it, I think, just 4 women in that lead group.
And look at that predicted race time now. The course record, remember, 2:03.34. And look at that, 2:03, just inside 2:04 now is the predicted time. Easy to forget that the standards have leapt forward this last couple of years, partly because of the shoe technology, but a lot of it because of the greater knowledge and training, the, what do they call it, marginal gains. So Kiptu still leading in this men's race, and that pack has whittled down. Now they've gone through halfway in 61.53, and a few bodies beginning to drop away, Paula. In the background you can see there to the right of picture, athletes just beginning to ease away, and the pack is, well, it was about 14-15 strong. It's probably now about 12 strong.
Group now make that turn, including Ishita of Bahrain. Getnet is in there, Ayalu. Rutiaga just taking the chance to look around, maybe just checking. Was she checking if Venegas got her drinks bottle? The others don't seem to have it. Perhaps they missed that.
Well, both these elite races now well into the second half, and time to perhaps start focusing a little bit on the prize money. Since 2000, since the first race, this race in Dubai has handed out over $13 million in prize money. Today, the winners in the men's and women's races get $80,000 US. Now is a critical section, isn't it, in a way, Paula, I suppose, the third quarter of the race, because they can push hard through this section as some of the wheelchairs go tearing past them. Now, those wheelchairs are a lap ahead of these athletes. Remember, the wheelchairs go much faster for obvious reasons. So the wheelchair racers with 1 hour 19, nearly 1 hour 20 on the clock for them, not far away from their finish.
Back of that lead men's pack, Samuel Fitri is having a phenomenal run. 2:08 personal best, and he's currently hanging with these men running that sub 2:4 pace. Back with the elite women, have we got 2 away? Certainly looks like it at this point. And Deradida, defending champion, not being able to go with this leading duo at the moment of Rutiaga and Ketema.
That elite men's field making the right-hand turn. That's the lead pack making the right-hand turn at the southern end of the second section. So when they come back round and have done another loop, that road to the top left, they'll take a left going up there towards the finish line. About 500 metres up there is the finish line. So now they've negotiated that turn at 26, almost 27 kilometres. And they're heading back north again. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in that lead pack. This is the wheelchair race, a sprint finish. They've obviously been watching each other, a bit of a cat and mouse game, because after 42k, it just should not be this close.
So we were looking at skippers earlier, who was in the lead, but now this is, without a doubt, I think there are all together the other Chinese athletes. So we've got Jinhui, we've got Yangzhuan, Luo, and Zuma.
And the long journey from China justified with that victory. Indeed. Was it 1, 2, 3 for the Chinese?
Dubai was the perfect weather and the perfect temperature for fast racing today, and it delivered really well.
Jinhua of China winning that in 1:27.08.
Now back to the open race and the elite men's field. They're approaching 30k now, And look at that, the predicted time outside 2:04. So that course record of Moller from 5 years ago, may be as safe. 30k in 1:28.10. The race is building nicely. About 8 or 10 of them making their debut in this men's race. 2:53 taken through to 30k. And there are the splits in the women's race, those kilometre splits, and 3:09. Now that suggests quite some acceleration at the front end here. Ruti Aga, is she struggling? But I have to say that Tigist Ketema there, the tall figure centre of picture, looking very, very relaxed as we see the sole female competitor in that women's wheelchair race coming through to her finish. And this is Tan Yuan of China, 25-year-old, and approaching 30k now in the women's race. And on schedule for breaking the course record by, well, some 30 seconds or more. Afenigus is having a great run here. She's making her debut, the athlete who ran 7 half marathons last year. So there, glorious shot of Dubai with the Burj Al Arab left of picture.
A bit more of a gathering now of this group of men at the front end of the race. Dumecha has caught up to that group. Is that Samuel Fitwi is still in there? Fufa's still there, Megersa is still there, Gobena, of course, where he has been for most of the race.
They're at 35k. The split is 1:43.18. Now, how does that transfer from that 25k split? Well, back to this women's race, and we have got, I think, an individual leader, a breakaway here now from Tigist Ketema. Yes, Ruti Aga struggling back there behind that other pacemaker, pacemaker. The gap is about 30 metres, 35 metres. Looks to be heading for a clocking way below 2:20, and possibly a victory here in Dubai. Gobena, Megersa, Dumecha, place your bets. The last 2 kilometres, 3 minutes for the 36th, 3:01 for the 37th. They've forgotten the time now, and rightly so. They are racing here in Dubai in this 23rd edition and reaching the real climax of the race. About 5k to go, 4.5k to go. The current leader in the women's race then, Tigist Ketema, 1:51 on the clock. She's heading for a time here, barring disaster, of a long way under 2:20. Back to this men's race though, and we're down to 2 by the looks of things. And it looks to be Dumecha up against Gobena, Addisu Gobena, making his debut. So we could have double debutant victories here today.
Finishing straight is significant. It's a long straight in after you make that turn, that 500 metres. I would have liked to have run over that in the couple of days before the race to be able to know what that closing section was like. The danger, of course, if they start playing cat and mouse too much, is that they do allow Megersa, who's at the back of shot, to get back into the race.
There's that 40k drink station, and yeah, Gobena gets his okay.
And Dumecha chooses not to.
Here is Megersa. He's back in 3rd place. There's about 1 kilometre to go now here in Dubai 2024. 41.2 kilometres on the clock for the elite men athletes. And the gap is growing now with every stride, and you feel as though in boxing parlance, Lemi Dumecha now, left of picture, almost out of the picture, has thrown in the towel, or his aides would have done in his corner. And Addisu Gobena, surely, Paulo, now when you get a gap like that and you recognise it, you glance over your shoulder and you think, at last, you get this massive surge of adrenaline. You've got your reward.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you make the turn, which he's doing now, making this turn around. So it's about 500 metres to race at this point.
This is going to be a magnificent victory from Addisu Gobena Aga, to give him his full name. It's a win. A victory in hand for this athlete, Addisu Gobena. And watch this name, because look at the clock. He's looking strong. He's still looking very in control. No signs of strain. The form for Dumecha in the background has gone somewhat. He's really struggling as he tries to chase this man down and hang on to 2nd place. But this is going to be a comfortable, dominant run, effectively, in the final stages from Addisu Gobena. Addisu Gobena is the winner of Dubai Marathon 2024 in spectacular style. No wonder he's celebrating as Dumecha comes through for 2nd place, and 3rd place will coming through. I think this is Megersa coming through. Dejene Megersa, another debutante. Absolutely brilliant running from him. And look at the battle for fourth place. Jumeirah Gobena, second place Dumecha, third Megersa, and Fufa coming through. And Fitwi is that back in fifth place. Fufa is going to finish fourth place by the smallest of margins, and Fitwi coming through for a brilliant fifth place.
That is a personal best by under 2 minutes, I think, for Samuel Fitwi, and stands him in great stead moving forward in Olympic year.
Gobena there celebrating with his supporters. Ethiopian flag, the banner being thrown across his back. I can confirm that it was Germany's Samuel Fitwi who came in fifth in 2:06.27. That makes him one of the fastest Europeans ever. Well, here is the winning form of Gobena to take that men's title here. And here he is.
It was very nice. The pacemaking was very good. It was very fast. He said he's very happy, and he said today's Christmas, Ethiopian Christmas, and it's a double victory for him.
Tigist Ketema then comes towards the line. It will be the quickest debut in the history of marathon running. She's going to be just under 2:16, or is she? No, just outside 2:16, I think. It matters not. It's been a brilliant debut from the 25-year-old former middle distance runner. No wonder she kisses the ground here in Dubai. 800-meter bronze medalist becomes the champion in Dubai 2024.
She said she's very happy to win her first marathon, but the reason that she moved from the track to marathon is because in 800 and 1500 she worked, even though she worked very hard, but when it comes to results, they are not satisfying for her. So she worked hard on her preparations, and then she became a marathon athlete, and she said she didn't expect to win her first marathon, but with the help of God she made it, and she's very happy.
Now, are these two athletes, Tigist Ketema and Ruti Aga, running their way into Ethiopia's Olympic team? Will we see them next put on their racing shoes in anger on the streets of Paris in August? But Ruti Aga here, the fastest in the field, second last year, finishes second in 2024, and her time 2:18.08 or 2:18.09. And Dejene, the defending champion when the gun went, she is now last year's champion, coming through for third place. 1, 2, 3 for Ethiopia in the women's race. Well, what a special day of racing it has been today. Confirmation of the men's result. The Addisu Gobena debutant winning in 2:05.01. Lemi Dumecha 2:05.20 in second place. Dejene Megersa also well under 2:06 there in third place. 2:05.42. A 1-2-3, indeed a 1-2-3-4 for Ethiopia in that men's race. And as you can see, brilliant running from Samuel Fitwi for Germany in fifth place, 2:06.27. And in the women's race, well, special running, the fastest debut ever. You could almost call it a world record debut run there, 2:16.07 for Tigist Ketema, the former middle distance runner from Ethiopia. She takes the win from Ruti Aga, the fastest in the race before the gun. Ruti Aga's 2:18.09 exactly replicates her time from last October, her personal best. And Dejene, last year's winner, taking third place, 2:19.29. The first three well under 2:20 there, with a great running from another German, Melat Kejeta, 2:21.47. Surely has booked her place, Paula Radcliffe, for Germany at the Olympic Games with that run.
I would think so, a phenomenal run from her.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm so excited. It was my plan is for the Olympic qualification. My best time now, like 2:21 I ran, and I was not thinking I would run like this fast, but thanks God.
Very exciting racing here today on the streets of Dubai 2024. The marathon is back with a bang to its old course here beside the coast. We've had a fabulous day. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage too. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Victory from Addisu Gobena.
wonderful experience.
Good vibe.
I feel great.